Hi guys, I'm Jenny Moss here speaking with Lauren Hissrich for The Witcher. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So let's start off. Obviously, we are having this interview this way due to everything that's going on right now with the pandemic. So I wanted to start by asking about that. And we know The Witcher, among many other shows, was shut down due to precautionary measures because of the virus. So can you speak about that, especially given you guys were shooting abroad?
Yeah, so we were shooting in the UK. We've been shooting in London this season, and we were about 6 weeks into our season when we shut down. And it's hard, of course, it's hard to walk away. We were literally in the middle of a big sequence that we had been boarding and preparing for months. And it's hard to walk away, but we also know it's the right thing. And especially because, as you point out, we're a very international show. We have a very international crew. And not just was it about the health of our crew and our cast, but it was about getting them back home to their families, including me. I'm back in Los Angeles now with my family. Mm-hmm. So that was really at the forefront for us.
Mm-hmm. You guys also, in particular, you had someone, and this has happened for a lot of shows as well, someone who tested positive on set. And then how did you guys make sure that everyone was okay after that and that everyone is safe, and how this works out with something like that coming out after you shut down?
Of course, it's always hard. I mean, Kristofer, who was diagnosed, obviously first we wanted to make sure he was okay. He was diagnosed randomly, basically. He was tested as he flew back into his home country of Norway. They were testing everyone that came in. So he was completely asymptomatic at the time, had no idea he had it. So of course, we have to follow up with everyone who came into contact with him. Again, letting them know what they should do if they start feeling sick. But thank God, knock on wood, we had no other illnesses spiraling off of that one. So we feel really lucky. We take a lot of precautions on our set anyway. Sets are really crowded, busy places. And we were in the midst of cold and flu season no matter what. So I think even before COVID hit, we have bottles of antibacterial solution everywhere. There are bathrooms, hand washing stations, all of that. So hopefully that helped people stay safe as well.
Kristofer brings me to a question about all the fun additions for season 2. You guys have so many people added to an already great cast. And I wanted to ask about that and those additions before we jump back into season 1. For season 2, we have a lot of fan favorite characters from the books joining as well. So can you speak to that?
Yeah, probably my favorite additions for season 2 are the new Witchers. Really, in season 1, we got to know Geralt, and he's our prime example of a Witcher. And then there's one other Witcher, Remus, who we meet in episode 2 or 103, who quickly dies. So for us, it was really about getting Geralt back to his roots, and sort of learning where he came from and what his story is and what his sense of family is. When I talk about The Witcher, I always talk about how these 3 characters coming together, Geralt, Ciri, and Yennefer, that they come together as a family. It's the most important part of the season, the series for me. Mm-hmm. And when you start to imagine someone's family, you also need to understand their family of origin. Sometimes that's a mother and father, sometimes that's blood relatives. For Geralt, it's his brothers. It's his the Brotherhood of the Witchers. So I'm really excited to get back in and meet Vesemir, his father figure, for the first time, and all of these men that he was raised with since he was 7 years old. And these guys, obviously, one of the benefits of quarantine is I think that the public has gotten to know these actors a little bit because they're very present on social media. We've been doing bake-offs and we've been doing dance-offs, and I think everyone has really gotten to know these actors a little bit better too. And it's exciting because I think that sort of energy will be coming into season 2.